What's up, y'all? This is Brave, and I am back for another review of Zatima. This is season 3, episode 7. And y'all, let's just get into this review. So we start this episode off. We have Fatima and Connie. They standing outside of the projects. Here comes Zach. He doing his best Annalise Keating walk. I said, okay, Mr. Viola Davis. So, and of course, Thirsty Belinda is there. I'm just like, gosh, can we get rid of her? But nonetheless, he walked right past her and he goes straight to Fatima because he has to question her about if Jeremiah hit her. What did she do? Deny everything. I'm like, Fatima, just come clean at this point. Like, we are dragging this out so unnecessarily. Okay? So here goes Nathan, right? He feel like this is his time to pipe up because Fatima over there saying how she don't want them all up in her business. So like I said, Nathan pipes up. Zach, he gets angry yet again. He storms off or whatever. And I'm like, sir, I don't know where you storming off to because last time I checked, you parked your car and then Fatima pulled up right behind you. Therefore, your car's blocked in. So where are you going, buddy? I'm just curious. Now, keep in mind, at this point, Nate has already told Zach everything that supposedly happened, right? So, as Zach leaves, you have Connie telling Tony to go follow him, and of course he does it because he has nothing else better to do. Honestly, this whole thing about everybody trying to follow Zach around the city makes no sense. I'm like, where are y'all jobs? Like, I'm not understanding. Nobody works on the show? This is crazy. But nonetheless, Fatima has a conversation with Nate because she feel like he definitely overstepped some boundaries by telling Zach what happened. And I get it, Fatima. You're upset because you're trying to protect Zach from going to jail if he actually, attacks and beat up Jeremiah. But, at this point, just tell the man. Because this is absolutely being drug out unnecessarily. And Nate had to tell him at this point. What are we keeping a secret for? Because Zach is only going to continue to circle around the projects trying to find his brother. But nonetheless, Fatima, she walks off. She's pissed. And Connie goes with her, right? All right, cool. Because we trying to make them be besties. Here comes Belinda and Nate, right? Belinda telling him, oh, you did the right thing by telling Zach everything. And here's the thing. Belinda is just here for the mess. That's it. That's all. She is ready to see Zach go to jail because he gonna find his brother. It is so clear and annoying at the same time. Moving on. Angela and Bryce. Why? Just why? Why is Bryce trying to kick it with Angela? It doesn't make any sense. Because this man he's weird. I'm sorry, Bryce is very weird to me. You sitting up here in Angela's face talking about you trying to be friends, right? However, you don't want to open up and talk about the fact that you just drove into a moving car. You purposely drove into another car. But you want to keep brushing that off. But they have the audacity to want to bring up the fact that Zach, he won't talk to him again. I'm tired. I am tired of Bryce's obsession with Zachary. He don't want you. He just don't want you. So I'm going to need for you to move on, sir. It bothers me. It bothers me the way Bryce's character is written because it's given he's just so obsessed with Zach. And it's why? This is not the same guy that we were introduced to. And I'm not understanding how we got here when it comes to Bryce's character. Come on. So, moving on from there, though. I thought it was interesting that Angela is trying to shoo Bryce away yet again because her little boy toy Sean, he comes through or whatever. Now, one thing that had me laughing a little bit was the fact that the boy toy was like, dang, you already out of the hospital? Because, baby, That's exactly how I felt. Bryce is literally sitting up at Angela's house with just a breathe right strip on his nose. And that's it. I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to follow. When he was in the hospital, that man was all types of bandaged up. Now, I don't even understand how he free to begin with, but it just seems like he just got a scratch on him. It's crazy. Now, moving on, we see Preston, right? He's waiting around at Zach's house. Y'all, I need Preston to have something to do, because him just playing the waiting game at Zach's house is starting to get ridiculous. Because what's her name? Deja, she come outside, she bring him a drink or whatever. She trying to flirt with this man and she thirsted after him yet again. However, he ain't giving her no play. He basically tries to tell her that she has more to offer and she don't have to act like this. He can see the real her. All these things. And I'm like, well, can you go see the real Mindy? Is she still around? Are you with that woman? Did y'all get married? Like, what's going on with her? I don't even care about what's going on with Deja. What is going on with you and Mindy, sir? That's the real question. But I guess she don't exist in this series. Okay, cool. Moving on. Y'all, again, Preston has been waiting outside of Zach's place. And then here comes Bryce. Because this man, he don't got nowhere to go. And, Preston basically trying to talk to him and be like, listen, we not about to play them games like you just played, okay? You not about to take my money and play with it the way you did Zach. Because, baby, there's a new sheriff is in town. Because Preston don't play those games. And honestly, I can't knock him, because at the end of the day, Bryce, you were wrong for not making a good business decision. But yeah, we shall see what happens with Bryce, Preston, and Zach. How that business will actually flourish or not. I also thought it was interesting because Preston said he had been waiting for an hour for Zach. An hour? That don't even make no sense. I would have left. I'm sorry. I would have left a little sticky note on the door. And matter of fact, I would have just sent him a text and was like, dude, I came by your house. You wasn't here. So I had to dip out. Like, come on. Now, moving on, we see Connie, right? She calls Tony. He can't find Zach. Now we got everybody circling the city trying to find Zach. And they also are trying to find Jeremiah. Because if they find Jeremiah, I guess they can hide him away from Zach. Now, here's the thing. I have a question, y'all. Where Connie kids at? Because she said she got some multiple times. So where are your children? Because why do you have time to run around the projects and anywhere else to look for Zach? So, like I said, her and Zatima are together though, right? So, here's the thing. Zatima is tracking Zach by his phone, okay? Because they exchange locations. And here goes Connie. Wow, he really love you because he let you track his phone. Girl, what? Like, people now give their locations to their best friends, their relatives. Like, okay, that is nothing that special, but it was just a little weird. Then she goes on. Like, I don't know what Connie's obsession is with Zatima and Zach's relationship, but she loves to be like, you the right woman for him. I'ma support it even though he ain't my man, but he your man. Like, that's the kind of vibe I be getting. It's like, girl, I don't understand you. Especially when she's telling Zatima how she don't know this new version of Zach. Girl, you dated this man when he was in, high school or so? I'm pretty sure you have seen the hot-headed side of Zach. Like, nothing in this moment about Zach's behavior is giving lovey-dovey. Like, it's giving toxic as hell, honestly. So, I don't know, it's just like, Connie, as much as I try to like her, okay, I just don't understand her character. Because it's like she's realized that Zatima is with Zach, and they really locked in. So she just kind of got to let the idea go of her and Zach, because it's just weird how many comments that she makes about how Fatima's the right one for him. Like, it's weird. But moving on, Belinda and Nate, y'all, they find Jeremiah, okay? They see him, they try to tell him to lay low, but then Nate gets the bright idea to bring him to Belinda's house. Now, why? Oh, right, because they're trying to hide Jeremiah at this point from his brother. Child, this is a mess. So, here's the thing. Tony finally finds Zach, right? Now, Zach, he's questioning again what happened and where is his brother. Like, at this point, this whole thing is being dragged out. And another thing that I noticed is that why do we have everybody on this show trying to protect Zachariah? Like, at this point, let him go find his brother. Please. Because the way he is storming around the city, it don't make no sense. And then, here we go. Zach having to explain that Jeremiah doesn't get a pass just because he has a drug problem. No, I agree. He should not get a pass because he has a drug problem. However, I just don't understand how we got into a whole conversation between Zach and Tony, where Tony is basically trying to prove how down he is for Zach. Like, yeah, whatever you want to do, if you want to fight him, I'm with you. All of this stuff. I'm just like, what are you doing, Tony? Like, at one point, I thought that Tony had more sense than Nate. But at this point, I'm just like, dude, you're just kind of like a tag-along. Like, you won't tell Zach when he's wrong. You sitting up here acting like you're afraid of Zach. I mean, he did hem you up. But even when I'm looking at you, I'm just like, why are you even allowing him to hem you up? Like, I'm trying to understand what Tony's purpose is right now. Because he ain't helping the problem at all, if we want to be honest. Because nobody in the situation is helping this problem. Like, they are literally letting Zach roam around like a madman, going from place to place, trying to hunt down his brother. Like, this is completely crazy. But moving on. So, Tony, he ends up telling Zach that he don't know where Jeremiah is. I thought we've already established this, that these grown people don't know where Jeremiah is. Because Zach keep asking them, and it's just like, sir, you really think they keeping tabs on a crackhead? Like, not trying to be funny, but you never know where Jeremiah is, so why are you expecting them to know where Jeremiah is? Be so for real. So Zach, he over here blowing up all over again because he feeling so betrayed, right? So Fatima, she ends up pulling up to where they are, and he's like, how'd you know where I was? Because she has your locations, dum-dum. That's how she knows where you are. But nonetheless, this is where Fatima basically comes clean, right? So she tells Zach, her and Jeremiah were tussling and she ended up falling. Never that he hit her or any of those things. She just ended up falling. So he's like, oh, that's why you got on that makeup on? Take that makeup off. Sir, what? Like, I don't know if that line was improv or what, but that was wild. For him to be like, that's why you have all that makeup on, take your makeup off in the middle of the street, it is broad daylight? Sir, are you crazy? Like, that was just too much to me. I'm like, yo, Fatima, do you even still want Zach? Because with these behaviors, it's given absolutely not. I'm sorry if I just told you that I failed, I hurt myself, I got into it with your brother, and the first thing that your response is for me to take the makeup off. That's crazy. Like, there's no nurturing Fatima to be like, oh my gosh, baby, you fell, are you okay? Is the baby okay? None of that. But yet you want her to take the makeup off. That's crazy. That is so crazy to me. So then he decides to get upset because she won't take the makeup off of her face. And he's like, okay, bet. So he stops sharing location with her. And then he just drives off. Like, he literally storms off to his car and drives off. Baby, when I tell you that would have been the last time that I followed Zachary Taylor, Fatima won better than me because, baby, this whole situation would have been shut down. Because we're not doing this. I'm not about to follow you around the city everywhere that you're trying to go to chase down your brother who, I got into an altercation with, and you're not even going to, like, see how I'm doing, how I'm feeling, how our unborn baby is feeling, yet you so busy trying to chase down Jeremiah so that way you can fight him? Like, sir, relax. You've been trying to fight him for weeks at this point, because keep in mind, we're coming off the fact that his mother just died, okay? So he's already grieving. And then he wants to add this on top of it. Let's not forget how he wanted to fight Jeremiah in the hospital. So this is just like an ongoing thing with these brothers. Like, this is just crazy. And I'm kind of frustrated with this being the way that this show is being portrayed. Like, I feel like we could have tackled some other topics and not this, and not in this way. Like, we could have saw his grieving process totally different. And honestly, what about Fatima? Like, Zatima circles so much about what Zach got going on. It's just like, okay, what about Fatima? What she got going on? Like, come on. Where's baby Michael? How about that? Y'all, that was the episode, okay? And I have a lot to say about the next one. So please stay tuned for my next video. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I will talk to y'all in my next review. Bye, guys.